Yeah, I'd like to think so. I think I got a pretty good record in final series, so hopefully that's the case. But yeah, if Mac is saying that, we're obviously in for a tough night. He's obviously had a great season, so yeah, if he steps up another level, it's going to be a challenge, but something we're looking forward to.
You've got a pretty good record in winding up the opposition as well, right at the end there on Saturday night. Was there any point you were concerned where it might go?
Nah, not at all. Obviously, it was just a bit of emotion overtook. It was a big occasion, and yeah, I sort of just wanted to give it back to their fans a little bit, and then it sort of kicked off. But it was a little bit of brouhaha, but nothing in it. Yeah, just a few words and whatnot. But nah, I wasn't worried it was going to get any further than it did.
Does that just explode out of you when you win such a big game that you let some of that passion out?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't plan to do it. It was just one of those things that, yeah, the pure excitement and I suppose passion around the game after a big win at their home ground sort of just overtook me. And yeah, it's probably not the best look, but it was just one of those things I didn't have much control of. And yeah, it was more, to be honest, it was at the crowd. It was nothing to do with their bench or their staff or anything. It was just at the crowd, and then yeah, it happened to sort of kick off a little bit. But yeah, it is what it is, I suppose.
Ryan, grand finals aside, obviously, but in the context of your Sydney career, that win, everyone was talking about such a good season they had, obviously coming off the 4-0. Was there a more satisfying win than to go and to concede first as well and get a victory?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably the main reason I sort of carried on like a pork chop. I think it was just, like I said, the emotion. It was very satisfying to beat them. Obviously, the previous game they'd shown us up quite convincingly in the 4-0, so there was a lot of fire in the belly, and obviously there was a lot of things said through the years from both through the season from both camps, and like I said, it just sort of boiled over, and it was like you said, very satisfying, and this sort of emotion got the better of me. But yeah, it's probably one of the more satisfying victories I've had in my whole career.
Does that give you, having a game of such intensity and ferocity and derby and all that kind of thing, does that kind of give you a perfect tune-up for this week? Because City have obviously had the bye.
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, coming off the back of that, I know that we sort of have to bring ourselves back down a little bit. That's a game of high emotion, like I've said, so we sort of have to reevaluate and go again this week and make sure we're up for it, but not get too carried away. So yeah, I think it gives us a little bit of confidence going into this game. But yeah, we definitely have to approach it, I suppose, in a different way. There's not as much emotion or passion, I suppose, in terms of the game, but it's still going to be a massive game, and we can't wait to play in front of our fans and get a good start to this two-legger.
You mentioned fans, you actually get a good section of them back who weren't there. How much of a boost is that going to be for you?
Yeah, it's going to be massive. I think they're always our 12th man. I know it's very cliche to say, but they make a big difference for us. So to have them back and supporting us like they do is going to make a big difference, and yeah, we can't wait to play in front of them.
Ryan, where do you start with City? Because they've just sort of been like a winning machine for a number of years, and they have so many good players, and they finish so clear of you on the ladder. Where do you start, and how do you break them down?
It's a great question. I think, yeah, across the park they've got superstars, so it's going to be up to us to sort of do a bit of analysis and see where we can try and get at them. But like I said in other interviews, we've beat them at home this season already, so it's definitely up to us and it's very capable. We're very capable of beating them, but it's just a matter of making sure we show up on the day. Throughout the season we've been pretty inconsistent, but I think the last 5 or 6 weeks we've sort of found a good consistency there. So if we can take that into the game, well know that they are a big team and a massive team and a tough team. We're going to have to be at our best, but we know that if we're at our best, we can definitely match it and hopefully get the 3 points.
Given the good run of form the team's built, Ryan, I think you touched on it earlier, one of the key components of that has been Jack Rodwell's consistency within the side. You play alongside him in that defence. Just can you tell us what it's like playing alongside him and what he really does bring to that back line? Yeah,
he's a beast. I think you sort of look at his resume and where he's played, it sort of speaks for itself. So to have a player like him in the team, sort of a bit of a cool head too next to Wilkes is awesome. But yeah, he's just an animal. He wins 99% of his duels, and with the ball he's a freak. So he brings a lot to the table. It's good for him personally to have a good run of games too, and it only builds his confidence going forward. So yeah, he's a great asset to have, and hopefully he's up for another big one this Friday.